My name is Brian Carter. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees here at the Bishop Museum of Science and Nature. We want to thank you for your support of the Bishop and for standing with us during these challenging times over the last 12 months. There are always lots of great things happening here at the Bishop, and we have so much to tell you about. Aren't we all glad 2020 is behind us? I know I certainly am. Here at the Bishop, we had a lot going on, and we'd like to give you a brief overview of what took place in 2020 and give you a preview of what's to come in 2021. The museum closed on March the 17th in keeping with the governor's stay-at-home orders, and less than a month later, we began offering our programs virtually, starting with virtual field trips. Those all seemed to be a great success. Then when we reopened in June, we reopened with special protocols to keep our staff and our visitors as safe as possible. I want you to know the museum throughout 2020 has been financially responsible while still being able to deliver on our mission for all of our guests and visitors. Like many other organizations, the museum obtained a PPP loan, which allowed our staff to continue to develop and provide the programs we all know and love. So now let's look ahead to 2021. As you know, our CEO, Bernan, is retiring. When Bernan came to the museum in 2007, admissions were approximately 60,000 annually. Now we're approaching 80,000 a year. In 2007, the annual budget of the museum was $1.4 million. Our annual budget now is over $3 million. Since 2007, the museum has rehabbed and released 33 manatees back into their natural habitat. And in addition, if that wasn't enough, we raised $18 million to build and open the new Mosaic Backyard Universe. These are all great accomplishments and provide an incredible opportunity for Bernan's successor. The Board of Trustees is very grateful to Bernan for her almost 14 years of service to the Bishop and for working with us through this transition time to new leadership. And now, why don't we hear from Bernan?
Thanks, Brian. I'm Bernan Basayo. I'm CEO of the Bishop Museum of Science and Nature. Well, welcome to the first ever virtual Founders Celebration. This event began in 2009 as a way of recognition of our donors and supporters, and how unusual for us to do it virtually, and we look forward to maybe the next time being in person. Wow, 2020, what a year, right? We were on a trajectory of a 30% growth each month over the last 5 years when COVID hit in March of 2020. So that was a shock to us all, but our staff, resilient as they are, pivoted and began to go build our online presence in a stronger way. And so for the stay-at-home month, we were a resource for people. We still had staff here at the museum caring for the manatees, caring for the facilities, and we also then began to build a plan to reopen. So we opened in June of 2020 to the public. We had built a one-way path through the museum that really gave the full experience, but just in a controlled path with social distancing stickers and a different way of presenting the manatee program to our visitors. We also opened camp in June, much to the happiness of campers and their parents. We have double classrooms, and so we were able to spread kids out, and the survey results were marvelous. We reopened the planetarium in July of 2020, and we had to have a new protocol. We have 115 seats, but with social distancing, we couldn't seat the same number of people. So we created a way to seat people in groups of their family groups and only have about 28 people at a time. And also, with our new upgrade of our software program in June or earlier that year, we were able to create short COVID bite shows. So these are 12 to 15 minute programs that Howard has been able to create that take you anywhere in the universe in that 12 minutes and give you a different experience. We readied to open the Mosaic Backyard Universe in August of last year. This meant shutting down some exhibits, but also creating some new activities for our youngest and earliest learners and their adult guardian or parent. The other great thing that happened in 2020, because there are lots of silver linings, is the board adopted a new mission statement. We changed our name in April of 2019 to the Bishop Museum of Science and Nature, and we needed a new mission to reflect that. And I'm happy to share that mission with you now. The Bishop Museum of Science and Nature inspires the joy of discovery and wonder for all ages through excellence in stewardship and engagement. We're excited to embark on a renovation of the manatee habitat. We have planned a renovation that will allow for better manatee experience and easier care for the animals. This includes different places for manatees to lay at different levels in the water column. It includes removing the gravel so it will be easier for staff to clean. And we anticipate that by early summer, we'll have this renovated habitat up and ready for new manatees. So our staff create the best exhibits. And while I love our traveling exhibits, I'm really glad that we're featuring staff-inspired work this year. The first of the exhibits is this Badlands to Bradenton exhibit, and you see an example of the work behind me. And this is the story of our work with professional development for teachers of Manatee County, working with the Toomey Foundation of the Natural Sciences in the Badlands. And I urge you to come and see it. The teacher stories are inspiring, and you actually get to feel what it was like to be in the Badlands. Our summer exhibit will feature some of our mollusk collection. One little known fact about our collection is you may not realize we have over 20,000 mollusk shells housed upstairs. We were pleased to be able to work with the Patterson Foundation in their mission and margin ignition program. We're taking a look at all of our ways of earning revenue through our mission-related programs and looking at how to leverage that into more mission impact. You'll be hearing more about that later, but we're thrilled to be part of that program. So retirement's a big word. Hard for me to say it and think about it, but I have had an amazing experience at the Bishop for the last 13 years. I've really enjoyed working with the staff and the board as we bring to you, our supporters, what we do, the mission of learning. And I look forward to seeing where the Bishop will go in the future. And I'm so glad that I've been able to be a part of it. It's hard to say goodbye, but I will see you around.